What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting everything started. First, I want to give a huge shout out to John. Thank you so much for the Cash App, John. I really appreciate you. We'll be starting out with a video titled State Department Spokes at, I said Spocks, either way. State Department spokesperson asked point blank if there was racial element to prioritizing Afrikaner refugees. This is talking about the, I don't remember how many people it is, the white people from South Africa being imported here. And I can't remember exactly what their status, refugee status, I think is what they have. But everybody's all bent out of shape about it because they think the only reason we brought those people over is because they're white. Then we got a video titled Starbucks workers on strike over newly implemented dress code. They have to wear normal dress clothes for any restaurant, but they're bent out of shape. They're saying it's illegal. It's illegal to enforce a dress code. Okay. Then we got a video titled Protesters Rally for Birthright Citizenship outside of the Supreme Court. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we're waiting for the Supreme Court to make a decision on what they're going to do about this birthright citizenship. These protesters, they're out there smelling like shit like they do. Then we got a video titled Texas AG investigating General Mills cereal. It's trying to do what pretty much they're doing with Bobby Jr. and all that. They removed the 8 dyes from food. This Texas Attorney General wants additives and all kinds of stuff removed from cereal. I can't remember who the last one was. I don't know if it was Kellogg or something, but in this story, they're going after General Mills. Then in this next one, we got a twofer. We're going to play them back to back. First one's titled James Comey being investigated by the FBI DHS over 8647 Instagram post. Then, like I said, we're going to play this next one right along with it. Trump on former FBI Director James Comey on the 8647 threat, saying he knew exactly what that meant because Comey's trying to play stupid right now. Then we got a video titled Newark Mayor Baraka appears in court after trespassing arrest. He's still claiming he's a victim. He's being targeted by the Trump administration. It's not his fault that he was trying to break into an ICE detention facility. Nope, it's Trump's fault. Then we got a video titled FBI Chief announces dramatic departure from iconic landmark. Kash Patel says he's going to move 1,500 FBI agents out of D.C. and spread them across the country. Then the last little bit of the news is sort of news. It's titled DJ Daniel roasting Jasmine Crockett. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. We have 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner. It's titled Women Just Don't Want to See Us Right. And then the second one's titled, we're good. We got the link. This next one was provided by Simply Witchy. It's titled A Song to Help Get You Through the Day. All of this is coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Dan? What's up, Russell? What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Guess Some Jay? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? MU, you were first today. I appreciate you racing the chat, MU. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Nishada? What's up, Kung Fu? Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up, Poetic? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Aco? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ghostly? Let me see. Scrolling through. What's up, Cricket Kiss? What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. I think we got everybody. Pretty sure. Either way, hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. Oh, no, there's a stink bug. I'll be fighting off Klaus Daniels here in a second. What's up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? What's up, Lady Katie? Happy freedom. You were first over here. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Tony Rich, appreciate you being here. What's up, Miss Gen X? Happy freedom to you. Guess you're omnipresent. Saying hello to the midgets. Love that. What is up, everyone over on X? Tony Rich, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. All right, hooligans, let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting with this first video. Title: State Department spokesperson was asked point blank if there was a racial element to prioritizing these refugees from South Africa. Let's just get the the racism out of the way. We'll just do it up front here. All right, now before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, we have these Trump was right about everything t-shirts. Now this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made long sleeve t-shirts out of this design. Today I got on the plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Sure.
You said they met the same statute, which indicates that there are others who are in the same exact boat that they are in right now around the world. So why was it a decision to prioritize these refugees over other refugees? And was there any racial element to this because they're white?
So I want to just on that first part, what I mean there is there's a certain standard that's outlined. There's certain criteria that needs to be met. That's what I meant in terms of that standard. So there's a certain standard that is applied when someone's applying for a refugee status in this program. And so that standard is uniform across the board. So I want to clarify that aspect of it. And again, the president has been very clear about the actions we are seeing in South Africa, the fact that this was a priority laid out by the president, and the State Department is fulfilling that priority.
And you don't want to speak to any racial reasoning for allowing them to come in being white refugees versus not allowing any Latino or people of color coming into the U.S. as refugees this year?
Fundamentally, what we have seen are harrowing stories from those refugees. They have met the standard that is applicable for those refugees. We have seen that process play out. This has been a priority for the president. And again, just looking at this scenario, we have heard harrowing stories here. That is what is at issue here. The fact that these people have gone through certain conditions. We've seen that standard for refugees apply. They have gone through this process. It's a priority from the president, and that's why we're seeing the actions that were taken.
Okay, well, nobody had a problem when there's 25 million illegals being brought into the country. But those same people have a problem with these people from South Africa coming here being refugees. They claim the only reason that it's happening is because they're white. And if they weren't white, we'd be kicking them out because President Trump's a racist and he hates everybody from outside the country. Which is stupid. This is so stupid. President Trump just spent the whole weekend outside the country, but yeah, he's a racist. Next up, Starbucks workers on strike over newly implemented dress code. These people are losing their marbles. You would think being a barista was like a career or something. They claim it's illegal to enforce a dress code. They have what's called Starbucks United, which is their union, and their union filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board for failure to bargain because they weren't bargaining on what they have to wear when they go to work. I don't know. It sounds like a really stupid thing to me. And they're not being asked to dress in anything crazy. Dudes in dresses and crop tops and stuff. They're not asking for any of that. I'm talking about khakis, navy blue pants, black pants, normal restaurant wear. I don't know why it's such a big deal. But either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this race-fueled refugee story. What's up, Silver Wolf? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Russell, why do they always try to play the race card? Because they got to keep everyone fighting. They got to make sure everybody hates each other. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Let's Go Brandon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? What's up, JT3? Happy freedom. Yeah, Comey's playing stupid. Like I said, we got 2 videos we're going to play on that. What's up, Agent O? What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zero MP? Happy freedom. What's up, Ball? Happy freedom to you. Proud Patriot Girly, you didn't get the notification? You guys got to join Discord. What's up, Big Booty? Oh, he's on to bigger and better things, I guess. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this next one. Like I said, Starbucks workers on strike over newly implemented dress code. getting all bent out of shape about nothing. They're a bunch of sissies. They are a bunch of sissies. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Comey Tube, and let's get into this.
No contract,
no coffee.
Tonight, outrage brewing at nearly 75 Starbucks across the country. Baristas are walking out.
We are currently on an unfair labor practice strike and have walked out here today because of the newly implemented dress code that is now being enforced upon our stores illegally.
Monday marked the start of new rules on what baristas are allowed to wear under those famous green aprons. The company requiring workers to wear plain black T-shirts and khaki, black, or blue denim bottoms. Under the old dress code, workers were allowed to wear other dark colors and shirts with a pattern.
Have you ever tried this one?
Starbucks Workers United, the union representing workers at 570 of Starbucks' 10,000 company-owned U.S. stores, says the dress code should be subject to collective bargaining.
it's not just our right, but our duty to rebel.
They filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board over the company's alleged failure to bargain.
Finding out last minute that you need to go out and purchase a brand new dress code that you can't afford, it's completely out of touch. Most of us are paycheck to paycheck. We can't afford to go out and buy new shoes, new pants, and new shirts. We need a livable wage. Talks were going great, and now they're not. And Starbucks just continues to make changes that have nothing to do with our working conditions.
In a statement to NBC News, Starbucks said, quote, it would be more productive if the union would put the same effort into coming back to the table that they're putting into protesting wearing black shirts to work. The company also said the strike is having a limited impact on their stores, saying 99% of the stores have been open all week.
And Adrian Broaddus joins us now with more. So, Adrian, things have been contentious between the union and Starbucks for quite some time now. Where do negotiations currently stand?
They certainly have, Ellison. Starbucks rep says in the last year, specifically since April, they've had about 9 bargaining sessions over 20 days. That rep also telling NBCU
It's Michael Obama's brother there.
30 meaningful agreements that union reps said were important. Now, Starbucks says it remains committed to bargaining in good faith, and I'm paraphrasing here. They say they hope to, quote, reach a framework for single store contracts. By contrast, the union rep who you heard from in the story says the union is still waiting for Starbucks to return to the bargaining table.
Adrian Broaddus, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about...
Oh, poor Starbucks. I don't know how they're gonna survive this. It's illegal. It's illegal to enforce a dress code. I didn't know that. I used to work at KFC back when I was a young lad. I was a teenager. Remember hating that damn shirt. Felt like wool. Should have told them it was illegal to enforce that dress code. I'm coming in with a hooligan tank top. These people are a bunch of idiots, but what I love is that at the end, Starbucks says the strike isn't hurting them as far as continuing to do business. They say 99% of their stores is running just fine. And so, I don't know. These are stupid problems, and I love how the lady gets on there and she goes, well, we're living paycheck to paycheck. We don't have money to buy shoes and pants and shirts. Well, then why the fuck do you want to work there? Why would you want to work at a place where you can't afford to buy shoes and shirts and shit? I understand when you start the job, right? You get a new job. You need the job because you need money, which means you don't have money. So they want you to buy a uniform. That can be a sticky situation. But if you already are working there, you can't afford work shoes. You can't afford some slacks. What the fuck you been doing? Because is this your first day working at a restaurant? I got slacks in the fucking in the closet right now. I haven't worked in a restaurant in probably 20 years. So it's like, I don't get it. I don't get it, but that's okay. They can cry hard for us. Next up, protesters rally for birthright citizenship outside of the Supreme Court. Like it says, it's over the birthright citizenship. We'll see how long it takes SCOTUS to get off their ass and make some decisions about this, because either they're going to end birthright citizenship or they're going to just keep things the way they are. Either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these Starbucks workers crying their faces off. Also, I want to pull this image back up because the one worker looked half naked. And they're like bitching about dress code. I'm just wondering, like, is this how they want everyone to look? Like this right here. The girl seasons her coffee with her hoo-ha. Look at it. She's just, is that supposed to be the appropriate attire? You got to have your ass cheeks hanging out or else you can't make coffee. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, reading through the chat. Russell, how you liking that red cable? I don't like it. I don't like red, and it looks like an extension cord. It's like I got an extension cord wrapped around my mic stand here. Yes, that's hilarious. Yeah, I can't show the rest of the class that one, but that's hilarious. Guess we can't afford clothes. We'll not be able to get new tattoos. Yeah, exactly. Won't be able to continue that hormone therapy. Your juicer, right. Look at your dress code. I wish I could show everybody that. That is hilarious. Yeah, they have no idea what they're talking about. Hair juicer looks like a stormtrooper right now. He's at work. That's his dress code. And it's probably 200 degrees where he's at. I don't feel bad for these Starbucks people at all. What's up, J Spray? Happy Freedom. Russell, they're overpaid for what they do? Yeah, I think so. Do they make minimum wage? Because it seems like one of those minimum wage kind of jobs. Hair juicer, $2,000 for the hood, $300 for the boots. Yeah, exactly. Sam, oh my God. Snooks, I don't know what you're saying. I don't like red. I don't know what you're trying to get me to say. Ghostly, why does my coffee smell like fish? Oh, you guys, oh yeah, well. It's not Saturday. I didn't mean to say that out loud in front of everybody, but you know, she's got her lippers hanging out the side of her shorts. Just give you a little extra seasoning on your coffee. You guys in the chat, brother, ew. Yeah, exactly. Crit Kids, go to Goodwill, you dumb bitch. Yeah, for real. How much is khakis at Goodwill? Every time I go into Goodwill, the whole store is women's clothing, and then in the corner, there's just, like, in the dark corner somewhere with a flickering light, there's, like, 2 racks for dudes. On those racks, you will find work clothes. Like, it just, I don't know. It's not that hard. You got $4, you could probably get some work pants. I'm just saying. Pumpkin, it's unconstitutional for sure. The dress, enforcing the dress code, I think you're right. Rappy, bless their hearts. Yeah. JT3, I'll donate a black hooligan shirt for them. Those people aren't hooligans. They couldn't make it. Ghostly, hope they all get fired. That's what I assume would happen, but they're unionized. So I don't think they can be fired unless the union decides so. But Starbucks doesn't seem to be concerned. They're saying it's not affecting their sales or anything. And I suppose when you're Starbucks, you're probably used to liberals freaking out every little thing. You know, paper straws, going back to plastic and all of that. You know, that probably caused 3 weeks of protests. They never go on a hunger strike, do they, though? What's up, SOS? Happy Freedom to you. Kevin, did you see the fish I got? No? Did you post it in Discord? Tony Rez, buy the clothes, keep the receipt, and file as work expense on taxes. Yeah, Tony Rez, they could do that too. They're just bitching. That's all they're doing. Russell, they make $18 an hour? What? I'll go stir fucking coffee for $18 an hour. I'll wear whatever you want. I'll put eyeliner on for fucking $18 an hour. Shit. I don't know what those people are crying about. What a bunch of sissies. Our factory workers here make $15 an hour. I'll punch a barista in the face for $18 an hour. Shit. Damn, I think there's plumbers here that make less than that. That's crazy. Snooks, not even red lingerie? No, Snooks, I don't like red anything, and I think lingerie doesn't make sense. I either want to see you with clothes or without clothes. Lingerie is something women made up. I don't believe in it. Guess some put a hairnet on that thing too. Holy. You ever seen that movie Waiting? It's a restaurant movie. I think they're working at Shenanigans or something like that. And they're playing like the ball game, but then at the end of the movie, the lady pulls out her full bush. It's a great movie. I'll check it out, Kevin. Cricket Kiss, red's my least favorite color as well. Yeah, some people like it, some people don't. They say it's the most attractive color to our eye, but maybe that's just as far as getting your attention. Shroomish, $18 ain't shit here in Cali. Yeah, well, Cali's super expensive. It's true. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cruz? Happy freedom to you. Agent O, the Batwing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. She pulled out that full bush. It looked like she had Lucky Charms stuck in it. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom. What's up, Overcloth? Happy freedom to you. Proud picture girly. There's a bikini coffee place where I live. All you see is men in line. Oh, I bet. I bet. Proud picture girly. Is bling a color? I love bling. I mean, I suppose. There's nothing wrong with liking shiny things. What's up, Bear? Happy freedom to you. Bear, the protest shirts they made works with the new dress code. See, they're halfway there. They got money for shirts, but, you know, not work shirts. What's up, Mills? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bob? Happy freedom. Bet Starbucks replaces them with robots. Time to buy Starbucks stock. Profits will skyrocket. Yeah, maybe. Bob, they want to work jobs serving coffee, but they don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, that's oppression. Being, you know, married and having kids, that's oppression. Your juicer busting out the brain. You guys I might have to pull out Waiting. It's been a while since I've seen it. Oh, thank you for posting it, Snooks. Yeah, Kevin, that's badass. Got a keeper. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom to you. Jay Spray, people have an unrealistic view of what a job should provide and what a job is. Yeah. I'm on the other side of the spectrum. They're like, okay, go jump in that hole you can't get out of. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm like, oh, I can't tell because every job I've ever had has been fucking terrible. So killing yourself at work is part of the job usually. Guess they had bikini tree trimmers here. They'd make bank. I don't know. Could you imagine that? Got women cutting down trees and stuff. That just sounds dangerous. Anyways, moving forward here, this next one is protesters rally for birthright citizenship outside of the Supreme Court. Got a bunch of people mad, but, you know, that's what they do. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out. Because we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. Oh, come on now. Those protesters, they love camping outside of SCOTUS. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Comey tube. And let's get into this.
Okay, so we have a large group behind me of different organizations and groups. They are chanting and rallying, like you say, in support of birthright citizenship for the law to remain. The Supreme Court here is considering whether judges in these 3 cases exceeded their authority in issuing nationwide injunctions. The Trump administration sees those rulings as a direct attack on presidential power. Essentially, the executive order by the president seeks to deny U.S. citizenship to children born on American soil to non-citizen parents, including those here legally on visas. Lower courts have blocked this order, citing the 14th Amendment, which guarantees citizenship and equal protection under the law for all persons born in the U.S., and longstanding precedent. I spoke to an attorney out here, part of a bipartisan group for immigration reform. She shared some of the impacts if this law is overturned.
And the administration wants to argue that this is just about the unauthorized population. It isn't, right? It's about people who are here on temporary protected status, who cannot go home. It's about a Venezuelan asylum seeker who has a child. There's no embassy or consulate that they could go to ask the Venezuelan government to give their child citizenship. And then if the United States denies their child citizenship, they are stateless.
The Trump administration argues these nationwide injunctions overstep judicial authority and hinder the executive branch's ability to enforce policies. The Supreme Court decision here in this case could have broad implications, not just for birthright citizenship, but for the scope of judicial authority and the limits of presidential power. Now, a ruling favoring the administration could set a precedent affecting how future policies are enforced and how they're ruled out. Of course, though, it's going to be a while, a couple weeks to months before we get a decision from the Supreme Court. Okay, so we have a large group behind me of different...
Okay, people crying outside of the Supreme Court there. These people always provide the best reasons for why you shouldn't break into the country illegally. They're like, well, if we do away with birthright citizenship, people come here illegally, or however they come here, and they shit out kids, those kids automatically are not citizens. But if they're from a place like Venezuela, and Venezuela says they're not going to give citizenship to this unknown baby, well, then that baby doesn't have a place it belongs. Yeah, that's a pretty scary situation. Don't come into our country illegally. Like, it's so simple. I don't get that. It's the same thing with people being deported to El Salvador, to the CWH. They're like, oh no, people are being accused of being gang members, but they're really not gang members, but they're going to CWH as if they are gang members because they broke into our country illegally and they're undocumented and we don't know who the fuck they are. So if we think you're a gang member, you're going to CWH. Sorry that you're going to Supermax. Don't break into our country illegally. I mean, it's that simple. I don't get it. Like, yeah, that sounds real scary. Don't come here illegally. Do not come here and shit out kids unless you got citizenship. Because you don't want to have your baby stuck in a situation where they don't have a home. I mean, don't touch the burner on the stove, it burn your hands. Like, it's real simple. I don't know. And then you got people out here crying about it. People who probably don't even pay for themselves. They probably don't even earn their own living and stuff, and they're worried about what other people are doing. Either way, next up, Texas AG investigating General Mills cereal. Like I said, this is a good thing. They're trying to say that General Mills cereal is being advertised as healthy, but they believe it's being illegally misrepresented because it's not as healthy as they claim. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these protesters, the Supreme Court, and them trying to decide if we should end birthright citizenship. Dan, we need to remove a lot of appointed judges. Yeah. And there's a lot out there. A lot. Guess the left just wants to keep the child so they can sex traffic him later. Yeah, exactly. The left only cares about kids as far as what they can do to them. Change their gender, sell them, God only knows, hurt them in all kinds of different ways. What's up, Sage Pub? Happy freedom. Silver Wolf, all judges should be voted in by the people. Is there judges that are appointed? Crit Kiss, and prosecutors like Maureen Comey and Pedo Protector. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's true. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, you're trying to figure out ways to have illegals provide entertainment. I really think, because you guys keep saying in the chat, I really think they should come up with a show like Cops, but it's called ICE. And you're just watching them bust illegals all day. I bet they would get tons of views doing that. Silverwolf, don't leave your windows down in the truck during a tornado unless you want water on the floorboard. Yeah, Silverwolf, I saw that. I hope nothing's damaged. That storm we got last night was crazy. Fortunately, there wasn't any bad stuff that happened here, but when I was scrolling on the internet earlier, I saw there's roads that are all washed out and stuff here. It's crazy. Ghostly Jeff with the commie cord all red and shit. It's kind of an off red. It's like a hot. It's like a hot orange. It's kind of this reddish orange color. I don't know. I didn't pick it. It came with the microphone. Tis what tis. I'll have to get a black one eventually. Kevin, if you fly fish, there's sports on the island where that size fish is the smallest you would get. Really? Well, that's bigger than any fish I've ever caught. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, hire hot chicks that smile when they hand you coffee first thing in the morning. That's all you need to make money as a coffee shop. But somehow they fuck that up. Yeah, Ghostly. It's true. That's how Dairy Queen is in Ludington. If you go to Dairy Queen in Ludington, there is no male employees. The thing is Ludington is so small that there's no one there to, and I talk about this all the time, there's no one there to correct people who are doing bad things. Like, the people who live there are too stupid to do anything, so if your job mistreats you, they just quit. They don't sue anybody. They don't even call a hotline. They just quit. Because there's no one there to do anything about it. The same thing like courthouse. The courthouse fucks you over. Nobody cares. No one's coming to do anything about it. And like I said, at Dairy Queen, they have an all-female staff. And the oldest one's got to be 17. It's all teenage young girls. And Dairy Queen is fucking packed the whole time that they're open. Because they're only open like 3 or 4 months out the year because it's winter the rest of the year here in Michigan. But yeah, there's something weird about the Dairy Queen in Ludington. It's been that way since I was in high school. They won't even accept applications from men. It's I don't know. It's biased. It's biased. Chase Ray, we had tornado sirens going off all night. I hope you didn't get much damage out there. We just got a lot of rain and wind. Sage Pub, no balls in the lady stalls. No Diddy with the kitties. That's right. What's up, my feed? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Master Voltaire? Happy freedom. Fatherless children. Yeah. All over TikTok. Prop Picture Girl. Yeah, I got your email. I haven't checked it yet. It's sitting there on my notifications. I haven't had time to go through my emails yet. Prop Picture Girly, the prison escape in New Orleans looks like the show Prison Break. It's the same idea inside the cell. I saw a couple of videos talking about the prison break or whatever. They said 11 people escaped. 10 of them are still on the run. But I didn't see much else details. Vinny C. They chose to go to America illegally. It's their problem. Deal with it. Yeah, exactly. Instead of being worried about what if, how about you just do things the right way? You won't have to worry about what if, you know? So Wayward, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Wayward, Ryan Hall was in Ludington yesterday. That's interesting. I want to see that. I'll have to go look that up. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward to this next one. Like I said, Texas AG investigating General Mills cereal, trying to make things more healthy in Texas. Now, I don't know if this would involve General Mills cereal, like in the country or if it would just be Texas. But either way, it's a step in the right direction. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Comey tube, and let's get into this.
Your favorite cereals are under investigation this morning. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton claiming General Mills cereals for kids are not healthy as they are advertised. So our News Nation's Xavier Walton is diving into this one for us. Xavier, this is something, look, this has been vocalized by Trump's MAHA movement, underscored by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., but this move by the Attorney General is another big step.
Anna, good morning. It is, and it has been too. But essentially, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is accusing General Mills for illegally misrepresenting some of its most popular products. You had pictures of them behind you. I picked up one this morning. You said Trix. You also have Lucky Charms here, too, right? This is limited edition. But essentially, he's saying that they are healthy products. And Attorney General Ken Paxton, what he wants is he wants the company to sell its products like it does in other countries without the synthetic food dyes, but then also those food additives as well. Here's what he's saying in part, at least this statement. He's proud to stand with the Trump administration and Secretary Kennedy in taking out petroleum-based synthetic dyes to protect the American people. He's going to work tirelessly to ensure food products are not illegally, deceptively marketed by corporations. So he is taking a page from RFK Jr.'s book. Under his leadership, HHS and FDA have announced that they are taking steps to ban certain synthetic food dyes and food additives from the American food supply by the end of 2026.
All right, so first it was Kellogg's everybody was talking about. Now this morning it is General Mills. So how is this company responding, Xavier?
Well, Anna, we have reached out to General Mills a few times, still waiting to hear back, not saying much. But as far as the food industry as a whole, we spoke to Consumer Brand Association person Sarah Gallo. She was on the Hill. Take a listen to what she had to say.
There is no silver bullet. You're not going to remove one specific ingredient from the marketplace and all of a sudden that the country becomes healthier. But what we are seeing is that we're going to be able to provide consumers with choice, and that even right now, if consumers want to choose products that don't have those artificial colors in them, they can do that.
All right, and it's not just General Mills either. You mentioned this. It's also Kellogg's. That's another corporation that Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is investigating as well, Anna.
Look, and AG Ken Paxton, he's really making a name for himself there in Texas. In fact, The Hill just reporting that Senator John Cornyn potentially facing a tough re-election there for a primary. All right, Xavier, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. Texas AG trying to get General Mills to make cereal a little healthier. I don't know why this is such a fight. Stop putting poison in our food. It's real simple. It's real simple. They just know that they got us because most people would rather buy trash off the shelves than go home and make their own food. Like, you see it all over the place. People buying cereal bars and Pop-Tarts and microwavable crap, frozen food, stuff like that, because they'd rather buy junk than have to take an hour and a half to cook. And I understand the convenience, but that's why things are the way they are. They don't have to worry about removing poison from our food because they know after a week you'll give up. You'll be buying those Hot Pockets again. And it doesn't matter if they got lead in them. Like, that's just the way it is. People are so lazy and they know they got us. But it's interesting that they're at least trying, at least politically. You see people trying. Like I mentioned earlier, Bobby Kennedy just removed 8 dyes from, I think, all of our food. I don't remember how long it's supposed to take before the task is completed, but it's a step in the right direction. And then, like they were saying, this Texas AG, he's following what Bobby Jr. is doing. He's trying to do the same thing. You know, people calling out poison in our food, and more people should do it. It should become a trend until they actually remove the poison from our food. It's such a stupid thing that we have to fight for. Either way, next up, James Comey being investigated by FBI and DHS over 8647 Instagram post. Now, we got 2 videos. We got what happened with Comey and his ignorance, as well as him claiming that he had no idea what those numbers actually meant. And then the second video is President Trump responding to this threat. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about the Texas AG investigating General Mills. Russell, make lead paint great again. I know. The paint just don't taste the same. Hair juicer. You're allowed to eat trash. Bitch, what? Yep. It's trash panda talk. A little trash panda talk there. Chase Ray, you crack me up. It's actually been a long time since I've ate cereal. Trying to think. Probably 8 years. I haven't drank milk or ate cereal in like 8 years. I haven't had spaghetti or lasagna in like 12 years. Just because of all the stomach problems I have. It's been a long time since I had cereal. It doesn't seem like I'm missing much. Dan, this should have been done a long time ago. Why go there? Profit. Yep. Exactly. Personal interest. That's the only reason this stuff's coming up. Russell, I want them to remove bad stuff from our food. Yeah. And it shouldn't be this difficult. Jay Spray, what could possibly be healthy about Trix? I don't know. It doesn't seem like there'd be anything healthy about Trix. Russell, Cheerios are still good? They used to say that Cheerios are good for your heart. I wonder if that's true. Or is it more bullshit? Somebody needs to sue over Cheerios and see if we can get that figured out. Are they actually good for your heart, or is it all nonsense? Kevin, Apple Jacks are the best? There's no way Apple Jacks are actually good for you. They taste good. Sage Pup, I would mix Count Chocula and Boo Berry and then use chocolate milk. That's how you get diabetes in a day right there. That's exactly what that sounds like. Holy. Ghostly Lunchables have a shit ton of lead in them too. But fuck, those pizzas are good. Yeah, Ghostly, we were covering the lead in the Lunchables and all of that. And people still go out there and buy Lunchables. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Like, even when you tell people, you'll see people like buying Lunchables for their kids, and you're like, you know those got lead in it, right? And they're like, yeah, I saw that in the news. Okay, then why the fuck are you feeding it to your kid? If you saw that, if you know they got lead in it, why are you feeding it to your kid? Well, I don't want to cook dinner. Okay, I guess feed your kid lead, because the dinner's hard. Sub-Zero, happy freedom. Ghostly, when I was growing up, they said bread was the most important food group. I stopped listening to them a long time ago. Yeah. Bread messes me up. If I stop eating bread, I'll lose like 20 pounds in a couple weeks. I don't know. Bread just affects me in a negative way. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom to you. Coca-Cola Company needs to be next. Yeah. Cody, I ain't never seen no Mr. T cereal. Guess I ate lead as a kid. That's why I won't skydive. I'd hit the ground like a comet. Guess is that what killed the dinosaurs? That's what they're gonna say. Pumpkin, you like Fruit Loops? I used to like Captain Crunch. But you could only eat it one day a week because you'd have to spend the other 6 days recovering because your mouth would be all shredded to pieces. I don't know. Maybe they put crack in it. Why is this so addictive? What's up, guess who? Happy freedom. Lead is that MSG replacement. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose. What's up, Mitchell? Happy freedom. What's up, Cindy? Happy freedom to you. Vinny C, meat, eggs, chicken. Yep, that's right. Mitchell, you like Frosted Flakes? That's pretty safe. What's up, Alex King? Happy Freedom. That sounds awesome, Alex King. Enjoy that meal. This sounds fantastic. What's up, Staten? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy Freedom to you. I'll check it out, Corey Luca. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I'll check it out after the live. What's up, Amazing Disgrace? Happy Freedom to you. Mountain Dew, cigarettes, and weed. Are you in Michigan? That's that sounds like a Michigan diet to me. That's just breakfast, you know. My grandpa Howard used to do that. He used to show up and he'd put 240s on the counter, and he'd look at me and he'd be like, breakfast, and he'd point to the next one and he'd be like, that's lunch. And then we'll have to go get more. I'm like, okay. Walk down to the store with him so I can get free snacks when I was young. Wayward, you like honeycomb? Yep, those are good. Bob, corn pops. He was a bad dude. Wayward, you got a bad cereal habit? It's probably a little pricey. That used to be my cereal habit. I could put down a box of cereal in a day. But if you're paying $8 for a box of cereal, you've been better off buying steak, you know? Muskie Boss, Captain Crunch is worth the pain. It feels that way in the moment. Guess some Mountain Dew, cigarettes, weed. The 3 food groups. Yep, pretty much. All right, hooligans. Like I said, in this next one, we're going to play these two back to back. Has to do with James Comey threatening President Trump. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. You got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Like I said, we got these 2 videos. We're going to play them back to back. Comey claiming he doesn't know anything about anything. Puts his picture online, pretty much asking for bad things to happen to President Trump. And then turns around and goes, nah, that's not what that. I thought it meant something else. And then took it down. Now he's playing stupid. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Comey Tube. And let's get into this.
We've got to talk about what happened yesterday. I was shocked when I saw this post. In the middle of all of this euphoria.
Hold on. I forgot. I saw this and I couldn't figure out how to put it in the news. At the very beginning of this clip, look at the women throwing their hair at President Trump. I've never seen a celebration like this, but if you pay attention, you'll see women like doing this shit. I don't know. They do something special out there, wherever the hell they're at. Just something I kind of want to point out.
We've got to talk about what happened yesterday. I was shocked when I saw this post. In the middle of all of this,
like, how was that decided?
In the Middle East, you've got federal agencies now investigating former FBI Director James Comey. Why? Because he makes a shocking Instagram post yesterday. He posts this yesterday, the formation of shells on a beach, writing 8645. Now, we know what 86 means. That means take him out. Take him out, 47. 8647 is what it was written in the sand. The White House condemned the post as a direct threat. 86 is used to colloquially basically say eliminate somebody. Obviously, Trump is the 47th president. So 8647. And then he says, oh, look at this cool shell formation on my beach walk. Comey immediately, well, about an hour later it happened. I responded to Don Jr.'s post putting it out. And then Comey immediately walks back. He removes the post and he says this. I posted earlier a picture of some shells I saw today on my beach walk which I assumed were a political message. I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. Well, yeah, right. It never occurred to me, he claims, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. The damage was already done. We had current FBI Director Kash Patel responding. He posted this on X, saying they're aware of the quote. They're supporting the Secret Service in its investigation. Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles sent a letter to the Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, and to Kash Patel calling for an immediate investigation into Comey. And then there was Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. She weighed in on Fox News last night with what she thinks should happen to James Comey. Watch.
Whatever James Comey intent, he and people like him need to be held to account. The rule of law says people like him who issue direct threats against the President of the United States, essentially issuing a call to assassinate him, must be held accountable under the law.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do. Any other person with the position of influence that he has, people who take very seriously what a guy of his stature, his experience, and what the propaganda media has built him up to be, I'm very concerned for the president's life.
Yeah, this, of course, 8 years now after James Comey ran that ridiculous Russia collusion story, and allowed it to go viral, Todd Pyro, where he claimed President Trump colluded with the Russians. He actually made it part of his official intelligence assessment. I'll tell you, karma is coming for this guy, Todd.
His only... Okay. Now, like I said, we got another video. We're going to play President Trump responding to this. Let me get this pulled up real quick. Also, like I was saying, the whole hair flipping thing, I don't know much about it, but I did find a short little video of them doing it. It's called something weird. Let me see. And you see all the women throwing their hair around. I don't know where that came from. I mean, obviously that's part of their culture, but they're like, you know what? Just keep doing that. Yeah, just do that for the whole ceremony. That's a good idea. I don't know. Either way, let's get this other video pulled up. This is Trump on former FBI Director James Comey on the 8647 threat, saying he knew exactly what that meant.
He knew exactly what that meant. A child knows what that meant. If you're the FBI director and you don't know what that meant assassination. And it says it loud and clear. Now, he wasn't very competent, but he was competent enough to know what that meant. And he did it for a reason, and he was hit so hard. Because people like me, and they like what's happening with our country. Our country has become respected again, and all this. And he's calling for the assassination of the president.
Obviously, he apologized and said he doesn't.
Well, he
wasn't
apologized
calling
because
for
he was
violence.
hit.
But
look, he's a very bad.
What do you want to see happen?
What
do you want to see happen?
I don't want to take a position on it because that's going to be up to Pam and all of the great people. But I will say this: I think it's a terrible thing, and when you add his history to that, if he had a clean history, he doesn't. He's a dirty cop. He's a dirty cop, and if he had a clean history, I could understand if there was a leniency, but I'm going to let them make that decision.
Okay. Now, what's interesting about this whole deal is I keep seeing people asking Grok what it means. What does 8647 mean or whatever? And Grok kind of defends it. Grok says that it means for the removal, not to kill or to, assassinate or anything like that, that it just means the removal. And it kind of gaslights the situation. So it's like, oh no, they're just jumping to conclusions claiming that he's calling for the assassination. No, that's not what it is. They just want him to be impeached. Like, no, what? No. And most of the time when you hear people talking about 86 something, they're not talking about someone who has the possibility of being impeached. Like, that's how you know that it's a bunch of nonsense. Either way, next up we got Newark Mayor Baraka appears in court after trespassing arrest. This is obviously a follow-up on the mayor of Newark and his shenanigans that he pulled, going there to the detention center in New Jersey with his comrades and trying to force their way into the facility, which they did breach the gate there, which is why he got the trespassing charges, but he still claims he's the victim in the situation. It's the mean orange man's fault. Either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about James Comey. You think he knew what he meant when he wrote the seashell situation? Or did he really not know? He didn't know what those numbers were. I think he put the shells together. Like, I don't think he stumbled across that. I think he put it together. But they don't say that in that video. Guess making a shell message is something a 6-year-old does. He probably had a 6-year-old with him. 10-man, 86 means 8 miles out, 6 feet under. Yeah, but see, Comey thought it was like a birthday message. He didn't realize it was in association with violence. Russell, I like turtles. Yep. J Spray probably doesn't know what cartels are either. Doesn't seem like it, does it? Snooks, it's a sign of respect from the women. Yeah, I figured. It's how it is in the Bible, too. There's always a lot of interesting things like that. Talking about washing people's feet or using their hair to do it and all kinds of stuff. I remember being like, why? Why would you do that? Dan, too little too late, Comey. Yeah, we'll see if he actually gets held accountable or he'll get special treatment. Russell, Comey needs a boyfriend in prison. Well, it sounds like they're working on it. Russell, Comey is so dumb. What an idiot. Yeah. Snooks, you men love long hair on women. Guess yes, I do, unless it's pits and legs. Yeah. Holy full bush. Thank you so much, Ghostly, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate you, Ghostly. Thank you so much for the support. It says, why in 90% of the news and politics just Twitter beef now? Because they don't want to report on criminals and stuff because the damn court system let it be that way, right? Like in New York, we're constantly talking about the subway system and how it's bad and all this stuff. And then what do they do to fix it? They don't do anything to fix it. Just like California. Every time we cover California, they're talking about fixing the homeless crisis. But they don't ever fix it. They just prolong it. So the only thing that's actually worth talking about is Twitter beef or the mean orange man. And that's why it's all the news. That's why the news has been kind of lacking the last couple days. President Trump's been outside of the country, so they don't have anything to talk about. It's the way it is. Thank you, Ghostly. Done. I don't mind a landing strip. I just don't want to cough up a hairball. I mean, I guess. Toilet care. His girlfriend was born in 86 and he was born in 47. Is that what it was? He was just confused. Cody, 86 is their weird 69. Don't ask. It's gross. I'm sure, Cody. What's up, Cyberpunk? Happy freedom to you. Cyberpunk because they didn't have washcloths? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Still, it wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me. I don't like people's hair touching me. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't like people like putting their hair on me, greasy hair and shit. I grew up with a lot of sisters though. That's probably why I'm that way. I'm like, stop touching me. Like, you know, Most of my siblings are sisters, so yeah, I'm biased. SagePop 86 is a common term, means to remove, kick out, and means that individual is not allowed back. Where did that version of the term come from, SagePop? Because that's the thing. It's like everybody seems to have some sort of reason why they believe the number means what it means. But it seems weird that it's so divided. Because I thought for sure, like, common knowledge was if you see 86, you're talking about somebody smoking somebody else. Done. If you connect it to a post, Grok will be all liberal. If you ask it in a way that just has to do with the numbers and whatnot, it'll be honest. Then you put it on where it came from. Let's see. Interesting. I've never tried that. I've never asked Grok something in a post versus just asking it directly. It's trying to keep its public appearance. What is it? Its reputation. Trying to keep its reputation clean. Acts like a liberal in public. J-Spray 8x6 is a standard burial site. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I thought it was always associated with death. I've never heard of it being just removal. Met, I got 86 from a bar I was not at. So you got like restricted. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Southern Eagleman means take him out. See, that's what it sounds like to me too. Tony Bridge, generational variances of the meaning of 86. Yeah, that definitely could be. What's up, gamer? Happy freedom. Charge Comey for terrorist threats. No investigation needed. Yeah, well, the investigation just makes it look like they're actually going to do something. And then people will forget. Or maybe they'll say he's not fit to stand trial. Like old man Walter. Cindy, Grok is like Wiki. Yeah. Amazing disgrace. No American doesn't know what 86 means. I didn't realize there was such a difference in definition. I thought everybody thought it was related to death. What's up, Mac and Stood? Happy freedom. What's up, Dictum? Happy freedom to you. I don't know what I'm hearing. Oh, it's not the Klaus Daniels. He's sitting next to me. I don't know if there's people on the roof or what. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom. Mary Todd is considered a high honor only for kings and really important people with the hair thing. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I've just never seen a celebration like that. Interesting, guess I'm weird. So you think he's going to get off the hook? I didn't really think it was going to be 50-50. It kind of feels 50-50. Some people think that 86 just means kicked out or, removed. And other people think 86 is being smoked. Do you think Comey is actually going to get out of this investigation? I assume he will just because of special treatment. Nobody on Capitol Hill ever gets accountability. It never shows up knocking on their door. So we're going to go ahead and move into this next one. Like I said, Newark Mayor Baraka appears in court after trespassing arrest.
The mayor.
Of course, he's the victim. It's the Orange Eagle's fault that he tried to storm that ICE facility. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Comey tube. And let's get into this.
The mayor of New Jersey's largest city appeared in federal court this morning, charged with trespassing. But Newark Mayor Ras Baraka says he was trying to do his job and entered the facility converted into an immigration holding center in the city to make sure it was up to code and safe for use.
Now, Baraka spoke after leaving court this morning after that hearing. For more on that, Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore joins us live from Newark. Crystal?
Good morning, Charlene and David. Well, Mayor Ras Baraka did not enter a plea. Today's hearing was mostly procedural, but he did tell his supporters that he had to be fingerprinted, and his mugshot was taken again for a second time. Again, he is facing federal trespassing charges, which he denies. He says this is the Trump administration's attempt at trying to humiliate him, but he will not be intimidated. Mayor Ras Baraka walked out of federal court this morning surrounded by cheers from his supporters.
You're not going to pressure me with this case. You're not going to push me in one direction with this case. Get rid of it.
He appeared before a judge for a status conference facing federal trespassing charges after his arrest at Delaney Hall last Friday. Witnesses say Baraka's arrest, which was captured on video, happened after he attempted to enter the new privately owned detention center in the city with U.S. Representatives Robert Menendez, LaMonica McIver, and Bonnie Watson-Coleman. Baraka claims he left the property when he was asked to by federal agents, but he was arrested anyway.
They had to take my fingerprints and picture again. They took me in the basement and took a mugshot and my fingerprints again. They're trying their best to humiliate and demean and degrade me as much as they possibly can.
The mayor has been vocal about his opposition to the detention center, claiming it's operating illegally. U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey, Alina Habba, was booed and shamed heading into court for bringing a case against the mayor. She says Baraka ignored multiple requests by federal officials to get off the property. DHS claims he did not have a right to be inside a gated area, unlike the members of Congress who were there to tour the facility. The mayor's supporters say he was targeted because he was the only one arrested.
If a sitting mayor can be arrested, if Congress people can be manhandled and pushed around, I think all of us are at risk.
Prostitute. At this point, the case is proceeding to trial with both sides looking at a mid-July trial date. Mayor Baraka has called this case petty, but if convicted, he could face 30 days in prison. For now, we're live in Newark. Crystal Cranmore, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
He could face 30 days in prison. What? What kind of sentencing is that? 30 days in prison. I've never even heard anybody going to prison for less than a year. Why would you go to... None of that made sense. I wonder if she don't know what she's talking about. 30 days in prison? Stupid. I like how he claims that he's being targeted by the Trump administration and they're just trying to humiliate him, and they're basing that off he was the only person that was arrested. But he was also the only person who was not a congressman who breached the gate. The Congress people, they're trying to say that it was oversight. Oh, they were there for oversight. And that they were only fighting the federal agents because the federal agents were preventing them from doing their job, which is not how anybody should behave. Like, it's a misunderstanding, which it wasn't, but say it was, right? What actually happened is they didn't schedule the tour like they were supposed to. They were supposed to schedule it 24 hours in advance, and they didn't do that. They just showed up and created a scene. But say they did do that. They did schedule 24 hours in advance, and they showed up, and they still were being denied access. That does not authorize you to start shoving federal agents and gut busting them and all that stuff like that one woman was doing. You're not authorized to just lay your hands on people. You know, it's like going to pick up McDonald's after you ordered it on the app. You show up and you're like, I'm ready for my Happy Meal. They're like, we didn't make it. And so you just start shoving the employee. I put the order in. I'm authorized to fuck you up now because you're not doing what I let you do or what I asked to do. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. I wish they would hold this guy accountable. Let him do 30 days in prison for trespassing. Maybe he won't act like an asshole the next time he comes to a federal facility. If it was us, we'd be in jail right now. We wouldn't be out walking around bitching about President Trump. We'd just be in jail. You can't breach a federal facility and just be like, oh, I'm such a victim. Oh, I'm such a victim. No, that's not how it works. This guy's already getting special treatment just walking around free. I wish they'd give him the 30 days, but I know they're not going to. Next up, FBI chief announces dramatic departure from iconic landmark. Talking about Kash Patel wants to move 1,500 FBI agents from D.C. and have them dispersed across the country to beef up existing offices. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this Newark mayor claiming he's a victim after he stormed that ICE facility. Guess now it's an unhappy meal, bitch. Yeah, exactly. Gotta give her that unhappy meal. Yep. Jay Spray, here in Michigan, it has to be 2 years and a day for prison, last I knew. The last I heard, it was a year and a day. You have to be 366 days, otherwise you're sitting in jail the whole time. There was people, I remember, it wasn't the last time I was in there, but one of the first couple times I was in there, there was people trying to figure out how to commit minuscule crimes in jail so they could get an extra 90 days on their sentence. It would push them over the limit and they'd be able to go to prison, because if you're going to sit anywhere for a year, they say it's better to sit in prison than it is to sit in jail, because in prison you get to do more things. In jail you just sit in your cell all day with the same 3 or 4 people, you know, that live there with you. And in prison you'd be able to get clothes and get better food and be able to go outside and do stuff like that. And so every once in a while you come across people who are trying to figure out how to add more time onto their sentence. I even heard people like talking about fake fighting. Like just pretend to get in a fight so they can get an assault charge, because that extra 90 days it allow them to go to prison. Criminals think fucking weird. Like, they just think weird thoughts. I don't know. Clever but stupid. Russell, don't break into a federal installation and you'll be okay. That's pretty good advice there, Russell. Jay Spray, no, you're at risk when they can't get arrested or charged. Yeah, when there's no accountability for our elected officials, that's when we're in danger. I'm just trying to figure out how long have we been in danger. Hair juicer, when I worked at diners, 86 meant we're out, take it off the menu. Yeah. It's interesting. I didn't realize the definition was so dynamic. Dan, BS about time. Let's see. Yeah. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's right. He wanted to breach that fence, and now he's all bent out of shape. They're trying to hold him accountable. I still don't think they're going to. I just don't. Just like that judge. We covered that video yesterday where the judge in Wisconsin who smuggled the border crosser out of the courthouse, she's getting ready to have those charges dismissed. They're trying to say that it's unconstitutional that they arrested her in the first place. That she has judicial immunity or some shit like that. So it's like, I don't know. Crick Kids, homemade milkshakes. I haven't had one of those in a long time. Told the carrier you got a milkshake mixer? Heck yeah, it is about that time. Amazing disgrace. J6 congressmen were denied access to the prisons after given proper notice. Yeah. Well, I guess he should have started shoving people around. And get your point across. Go out there and start shoving federal agents and then turn around and claim that President Trump's a mean orange man. I think that's how you get your way these days. Ghostly. Federal charges in D.C. might be a prison because not sure that D.C. has any jails. Oh, well, yeah, but they're not in D.C. They're in New Jersey. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're making them go to court in D.C. I guess it depends. if they're in D.C. and D.C. doesn't have jails and they only have prisons, then it would kind of make sense that they would make people go to the prison for 30 days or 90 days. I've never even heard of a 30-day sentence. Here, the lowest sentence I've ever heard is 90 days. Well, it's up to 90 days. But that's the only instance. Otherwise, it's a weird thing to say that, oh, yeah, he's going to do 30 days in prison. And he'll probably get paid the whole time he's there. They'll buy him commissary with tax doll hairs. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom? Oh boy, 30 days? Yeah, exactly. Kevin, now want a peanut butter milkshake? I don't think I've ever had a peanut butter milkshake. It sounds good. 02 tier of justice. Yep. Meta did some research on the human composting. Put a body that is not embalmed in a container with wood chips, straw, and alfalfa to cure, and end result is 1 to 2 cubic yards of human dirt. Or they send a bag of unmarked Miracle-Gro soil. That's rough. That's rough. I don't know. And I still don't understand, like, what is the dirt gonna do? It seems like human dirt wouldn't be very good for plants, or it'd be like too acidic because all the crap in our system. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. Cindy, just like Joe, DOJ was weaponized against my son. Wah, wah. Yeah. I don't know. These people, that's what they do. They mess up. Democrats screw up, and then they cry about people going, hey, you're going to be held accountable for screwing up. They're like, me? That wasn't me. Like, nah, we got you on camera, your fingerprints, and your cousin that you left behind. They're like, yeah, that wasn't me. You're a racist. Trump's a mean orange man. That's how it goes. What's up, Xterra? Happy freedom to you. 30 days in the hole, humble pie. Yeah, that'd be different. Make them do 30 days in the hole. That's more appropriate. Xterra Soylent Green. Yep. Wayward Trump would be in jail if he did it. Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, this next one is FBI chief announces dramatic departure from iconic landmark. Let's get this pulled up real quick. All right, let's see. Yeah, in this video, it's gonna be Kash Patel talking about wanting to move 1,500 FBI agents from D.C. To be dispersed across the country to beef up existing offices. He claims that the Hoover building that they're in right now is unsafe for FBI workforce. He doesn't elaborate on that. I'm not sure what that means. But either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Comey tube, and let's get into this.
Breaking news right now from the FBI as President Trump is proposing to cut $500 million from the 2026 funding for the FBI. That means the former leadership's plans to build a new headquarters from scratch is out, as the new leadership team is now looking to do more with less and return the FBI to its core mission of fighting crime and getting out of politics. I sat down with the new FBI director, Kash Patel, and the new deputy director, Dan Bongino, for an exclusive interview for this weekend's Sunday Morning Futures program on Fox News. And Kash Patel broke this news on his plans to move 1,500 agents and abandon an iconic building. Watch.
Look, the FBI is 38,000 when we're fully manned, which we're not. In the National Capital Region, in the 50-mile radius around Washington, D.C., there were 11,000 FBI employees. That's like a third of the workforce. A third of the crime doesn't happen here. So we're taking 1,500 of those folks and moving them out. Every state's getting a plus up. And I think when we do things like that, we inspire folks in America to become intel analysts and agents and say, we want to go work at the FBI because we want to go fight violent crime and we want to get sent out into the country to do it. And that's what we're doing. In the next 3, 6, 9 months, we're going to do that hard. And, you know, I didn't know that I was going to do this, but I'm going to announce it on your show anyway. This FBI is leaving the Hoover building because this building is unsafe for our workforce, and we want the workforce.
You just gave up a big nugget there.
But we want the American men and women to know, if you're going to come work at the premier law enforcement agency in the world, we're going to give you a building that's commensurate with that. And that's not this place.
Join me for my exclusive interview this Sunday on Fox News on Sunday Morning Futures at 10 a.m. Eastern for more breaking news on the new ethos at the FBI.
Okay. So that's the first time we've had Dan Bongino on the live here, even though it was very brief. I haven't really seen him do much since he's been called to serve once again, since he's left his show and all of that. Is his show still going? I heard that they had like substitutes hosting or something like that, but I haven't seen any notifications for the Dan Bongino show ever since he left. Either way, I added another video to the schedule here just for fun, since we're moving through things so quickly. The next video is World Gone Mad, Nose-Piercing Brigade claims existing of multiple genders. This is the equivalent of lefties losing it. There was no lefties losing it. There isn't a new one yet, so we're waiting on it. But until then, we got this coming up next. First, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Kash Patel, Dan Bongino talking about moving 1,500 FBI agents out of D.C., dispersing them across the country, and then also claiming that the Hoover building is unsafe for the FBI workforce. I don't know if that's like looming threat or if it's just not up to standard, and that's what makes it unsafe. It seems unclear. Jay Spray, that building probably has more bugs than a hooker working on Martin Luther King Boulevard. Holy. That's rough. That's rough stuff. Zero, Dan gives updates on X. Stuff is happening even if we don't see it. Well, that's cool. Roy, yeah, his wife is running the show, and I think I watched her the other day. Just can't remember the name of the show. Interesting. Shroomish. Fuck Kash Patel. He said to Congress that he thinks Epstein killed himself. He's part of the swamp, in my opinion. And then wanting to waste millions in taxpayer money building a new building. What building are they trying to build? I haven't heard anything about a new building. But I haven't seen a lot of arrests either. And that's kind of what I was hoping for when we voted for President Trump, is that his cabinet would actually hold people accountable. And we haven't really seen that. They've been kind of cracking down on border crossers, but even that hasn't been as high of numbers as I was expecting. Same thing with the Epstein, anything related to Epstein. Arresting people, the client list, anything, but nothing. Got a bunch of nothing. We got 4 years, though, to see things happen. Badass Roy, I appreciate you. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin give the FBI tents for offices. Well, it sounds like they're just going to be dispersed to existing offices. They're just getting them out of D.C. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Sage Pup, turn the FBI building into a high secure prison for all the corrupt politicians. I was seeing people saying to turn it into a museum, but I like your idea better. Russell, Attack of the Killer Vacuum. Could you hear the vacuum? They're cleaning in the hallway, I guess. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Roy. Yeah, I'll check it out after the live. Meta, human dirt is good for the earth. Our corpse could fertilize the garden or be donated to an agriculture project. No burial, footprint, casket, body preparations, environmentally friendly human disposal. I do see plenty of room for fraud, though. Yeah. I keep wanting to go to the website. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, though. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. Xterra, the rumor is that they're working on the cabal, and it may bring down a huge amount of big wigs all at once. Well, that'd be something. That would be something. I don't know. I hate the hopium. I hate people saying, like, this stuff's going to happen, and we keep waiting for it to happen, and then it don't ever happen. Trying to think, like, Jim Jordan going after Biden for the laptop and all that. For, like, years. We were hearing him and whatever the other guy's name is, they were constantly tag teaming interviews saying, yeah, we got all this evidence of corruption from the Biden family and we're going to hold them accountable and all this stuff. And at the end, they were like, well, he's not fit to stand trial, so there isn't anything we can do. And then nothing happened. And like for years, we thought things were going to happen and it never happened. Never, ever happened. So now it's like, I don't know. I'm not very quick to get my hopes up. What's up, Jacob? Happy freedom. Jacob, I was driving, but the 86 is a bar term, means kicked out. 187 is kill. Well, it's a cop lingo for death or murder. I've only heard 86 as a band term. That's interesting. Yeah, see, and I've only heard it in secondhand use. I've never been at a establishment where they were using the 86 term. I've always heard it secondhand, like people in the chat and stuff like that. Yeah, so my Kirby is 38 years old and it still sucks. I had a buddy that used to sell Kirby's. There's a Kirby dealership in, or whatever they're called, distributor in Ludington. Shoulder care, Klaus proof of life. I don't know where Klaus is. Right, this is, Klaus is hiding because of the damn vacuum. I'll grab him next time he runs by. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, we're going to get in this next one. Like I said, this next one's a fun one. This is the equivalent of lefties losing it. This is titled, World's Gone Mad. Why can't I talk? Nose-piercing brigade claims existence of multiple genders. And like I said, this is the equivalent of lefties losing it. So we're just doing this one for funsies. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Comey tube. And let's get into this.
And now it's time for The World's Gone Mad. In this mad and crazy world, people often make assumptions about each other based purely on first impressions. But is that fair?
I have tattoos on my face. Of course people assume I'm unemployed. I've got tattoos on my face. Of course people assume I've got daddy issues. I've got tattoos on my face. Of course people assume I'm severely mentally unwell. I've got tattoos on my face. Of course men think I'm kinky and into pain. I've got tattoos on my face. Of course people say that I've ruined my looks. I've got tattoos on my face. Of course people assume that I do drugs.
That's an awful lot of assumptions, but surely the anthropological point about tattoos was to either scare away unwanted predators or to make yourself more attractive to the opposite sex. I wonder which one.
Are there actually men in the world that don't think that tattoos are attractive? Like, I'm asking, like, seriously. I got all these tattoos because I thought that it was going to make me hotter.
Good question, and a bit late to ask. Do men find women's tattoos attractive? Maybe, maybe not. But even if we don't, do you think we'd ever dare say so? After all, men often find it difficult to be entirely open and honest with the opposite sex.
Pro-marriage tip. If you find that your wife has become hysterical and angry, the worst thing you could do is tell her to calm down. If you really want to get a word in and have her not speak for a little bit so that you can talk, just let her know that she is starting to act like her mother. And you didn't sign up to marry her mother, because if you did, you'd have a clean house and a home-cooked meal.
My God, no!
Ooh, for other women, one of the great challenges of the modern era is whether or not right-wing men are more attractive than left-wing men.
Who's more attractive, liberal men or conservative men?
Oh my God, is that even a question? I have never seen an attractive liberal man, and I think that's because they hate masculinity inherently. The three C's are Christian, conservative, cowboy, in that order, and if you do not fit inside the three C's, there's no need to have a conversation. Traditional, cowboy, rugged, hairy chest, boots, man, I'm in.
Some of the liberal men are actually women.
I have been informed of such.
But is it really a modern man's fault if he's not as rugged and as masculine as his partner would like him to be?
There's two reasons why men are feminized. We live in a femme-centric society. Men are being raised by women. When they're not at home, then they're in school being taught and raised by women in a world whereby everything is catered to women, whereby the messaging from the media is don't be toxically masculine. It's okay to cry. It's okay to show your feelings. They're like pushing all this like feminine energy onto men, and I don't think that is just a coincidence.
Of course, that assumes there are only two genders, male and female. But is that true? Let's ask some of the brightest minds of their generation, young college-educated kids.
You can be man, female, you could be, there's so many. A demi-girl, a demi-boy.
This is a stupid question.
How many are there?
I don't want to participate anymore.
I don't think there's really an answer to that, given that gender is kind of a social construct, so it's different for every person and also in different cultures.
As many as you want to believe.
There are as many genders as you want to believe. That's modern academia for you. Perhaps we need some further intellectual enlightenment from the nose piercings brigade.
There is male, female, genderqueer, non-binary. Obviously, the whole trans community is counted as a...
Oh, wow. I don't know. There's a lot. I know there's like...
Name me them.
I know there's cis, obviously female, male.
But what if you have a different, dare I say, heretical opinion? Whisper it softly.
How many genders are there?
Only two genders. Shh, keep it to yourself, folks, or the thought police might come for you. Speaking of which, over in Britain, the thought police arrested a retired police officer because of a tweet, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Britain has indeed gone completely bonkers. This week, according to the UK Telegraph, quote, a retired Special Constable, Julian Folkes, was arrested and detained over a social media post warning about the threat of anti-Semitism in Britain. He was handcuffed at his home by 6 police officers from Kent Police, the same force he had served for a decade, after challenging a supporter of pro-Palestinian marches on X. Police body-worn camera footage captured officers, wait for it, scrutinising the 71-year-old's collection of books by authors such as, yes, my old friend Douglas Murray, the same Douglas Murray who appears on Outsiders and on the Rita Panahi show. And yes, wait for it, issues copies of The Spectator, the magazine I'm the Australian editor of, pointing to what they described as very Brexity things. Free speech is clearly under attack, said Mr. Folks. Nobody is really safe. The public needs to see what's happening and to be shocked. Yes, indeed. The public should be shocked. Here he is.
I do feel people need to know what's going on out there. And if they think that they're quite safe and they can just sit at home and maybe just knock out a little tweet that, they think is a bit edgy or whatever, just be aware of the climate out there at the moment. And, it could be a knock on your door. And the officers that basically went through everything in my house, I think they went about it in the only way they could go about it, but I would still class them as being respectful. But when you've got people trampling through your home, it felt to me like probably how I would feel if my house was burgled, that my home and my castle had been violated.
Absolutely disgraceful. That man is now threatening to sue the police force. Let's hope he wins big time. My former boss at The Spectator magazine, Andrew Neil, was suitably horrified by this totalitarian Orwellian outrage.
In my lifetime, the British police have gone from being the most admired police force in any democracy in the world to one of the most despised.
And he's right, of course, but this is what wokeness has done to the very nation that fought World War II to preserve its freedoms. Literally hundreds of people are accused by the police of the ridiculous oxymoron non-crime hate incidents. And they are interviewed or visited by police officers and hauled over the coals for so-called racism, or for daring to comment on the murder of young girls by the son of immigrants, or even for posting silly limericks about the transgender community on Facebook. The East German Stasi would be mightily impressed. In the meantime, it's been a while since the climate cult took to the streets, so I was mightily relieved to see they're still prancing around with their pagan protests in Canada on the weekend. And while we're on the topic of this mad and crazy world, here's one young woman who has some urgent advice for white people.
I think the biggest issue in our generation is white people feeling like they have entitlement over other minorities, feeling like they need to be at least in America, feeling like they need to be at the top of the food chain, and they're not. This country was built off of slavery. This country is built off of immigrants. This country is built on stolen land. Respect the people that you took this from and understand that we are telling you you are wrong.
How do you think white people can do better?
Sit down. Sit down. Stop trying. They don't feel like they need to take any type of accountability, and because of that, that's why our country is the way that it is.
Sit down, okay. Stolen land. Not sure white people stole America from black people, but hey, at least America is still the home of McDonald's. In the good old days, of course, parents would take their kids to Macca's knowing they'd get some healthy exercise on the playground. Not anymore.
Remember being a kid going to a birthday party at McDonald's, or maybe your mom would just take you for an hour? It was the best, but I feel like those days are done, and let me show you why.
Yeah, 2 screens, 2 chairs, and whatever the hell that pole thing was.
Unbelievable. Funnily enough, McDonald's was also in the news this week because those very thoughtful Saudis actually flew in a mobile Mickey D's for Donald Trump's visit. You'd almost think Donald Trump was still in 3rd grade, the way he loves his Big Macs and fries. And speaking of which, here's my favourite AI clip of the week. Some wag has given Donald Trump a 3rd grader's voice. Pure gold.
That was a phony Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff, it was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting.
Ah, yes, the magic of AI. But when it comes to comedy, the story that had the stand-up comics working overtime was the online rumours that UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, and whoever the German bloke is these days, were caught in a carriage on the train back from Kiev, concealing a bag of cocaine. The brave European leaders were, of course, quick to deny any nefarious goings-on, but the comics had a field day.
This is a flower. We're going to bake a cake later.
Why is it all over your nose?
Because I was smelling it to make sure it's the right kind. He's allergic and gluten-free. Right, guys?
I love baking.
Me too.
Still, as I always say, even the best comics can't hold a candle to the woke carryings on and sanctimonious pontifications of the real-life Duchess of Sussex.
I don't know what I'm doing. Yet.
My business hasn't gotten traction. Yet. No one's picked up my book proposal. Yet.
Yes.
I haven't found my soulmate. Yet. Everything is yet.
The power of yet.
The power of yet.
I don't know whether to put vinegar into my eyeballs or to disembowel myself with a plastic spoon. Yet, it truly is a world gone mad.
All right. Well, that is Mad World. We got a really short clip we're going to play really quick, then we're going to get into the fun stuff. We kind of already got into the fun stuff. Today was very difficult to find news. Like I said earlier, the news just likes to bitch about Trump. They don't do anything else. That's it. And President Trump's been away, so they ain't had a whole lot to talk about. We're going to play this video really quick, and we're going to hop in the chat. This is DJ Daniel roasting Jasmine Crockett.
I've been through 13 brain surgeries. That's why my head looked like this. And let me say this. This one congresswoman was talking about my head. But I said she can't be talking because she look like a burnt marshmallow. Jasmine Crockett.
Now the video is pretty quiet, but if you didn't hear it, he said that Jasmine Crockett looks like a burned marshmallow. That's terrible. Getting smoked by DJ Daniel. Either way, like I said, that is all the news I had for you hooligans today. We're going to get into the fun stuff next. We're going to be opening today's door of the advent calendar that was sent to us by Tori Wayne. We got 2 funny videos of the day. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Mad World, as well as DJ Daniel roasting Jasmine Crockett. What's up, Live Review? Happy Freedom? Is that Gary Coleman reincarnated? No, I don't think so. DJ Daniel, he's a badass. Russell, damn, a burnt marshmallow. I know. They're probably making memes and stuff of it over on X. I haven't had a chance to go check it out. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy Freedom to you. Any roast to her is a good one. I agree. She loves talking shit. She don't like it when people serve her a dose of her own medicine. Dan, take accountability. When will that happen? Yeah, I don't know. I hope one day we'll be able to cover some accountability. Thank you so much, Cricket Kiss, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Cricket Kiss. Thank you so much. It says, happy day. Happy freedom to you, Cricket Kiss. Plastic Quack, how do you make fun of a dying kid? What a piece of trash. Yeah, Plastic Quack, I agree. She is trash. I didn't realize she was talking shit about DJ Daniel. Maybe we can find that video really quick. Well, there is tons of that video we just played all over the place. I cannot find her talking bad about him. Not that it didn't happen. I'm sure it did. She's a piece of trash. No, I don't know. Can't find it. The roast is too good. I cannot find her saying anything about him. It just keeps popping up, him smoking her, and it is all over the place. That's all right. She deserves it. Metamouth, it's been windier than hell here in Omaha today. Well, stay safe out there. It seems like we're getting storms all over right now. We got storms here in Michigan last night, but now it seems like everybody's getting storms today. Be safe out there if you guys got bad weather. Rappy Love DJ, yeah, he's awesome. Happy Freedom Friday, SOS. Metamouth's been having problems with the internet because of the wind. That's nice and annoying. What's up, Winston? Happy Freedom to you. Metamouth, Google either burned it or scrubbed it. Well, I think DJ Daniel roasting her is just a hot topic right now. So it's burying whatever she did. Dutton, our storm is just rolling in. Supposed to have golf balls sized hail. Well, stay safe out there, Dutton. They were saying that here too. They were saying we were going to have tornadoes and stuff, but it didn't end up happening. So hopefully it's more fear than fact. Cyberpunk, last night that shit woke me up. Got to see hella lightning. Yeah, the lightning was crazy here. It was crazy. It was like crawling across the sky. J Spray, haven't looked at the radar yet, but it feels like something's rolling in. I'll take a gander real quick just because I got the weather app on my phone. I don't know why. I check it all the damn time. It's how I know I'm getting old. I ain't even going to leave the house. I'm just checking the weather for the sake of checking the weather. Yeah, there is something coming towards us. What is this? No, get the fucking ads out of my face. Yeah, there is a little something coming. It's saying it's about to rain here, heavy rain after 9 p.m. So 2.5 hours from now, it's about to hit the lake shore. So if you're on anywhere near West Michigan, in about 3 hours, we're about to get some rain. But I don't see any like storm warnings or anything like that. Oh, damn it, I just closed out the Rumble chat. Life. You ever hit the wrong button on your phone and you blame your thumbs? It's hard to do that when you're on a computer. Take me back. Where I belong? West Virginia? Anyways. What's up, Information Warlord? Happy Freedom to you. I smell somebody's either smoking cigarettes in the hallway or there's people downstairs. Hate that. Meta. In 2018, Judge Shelley Richmond Joseph and court officer were charged with leading an immigrant out the back door to escape ICE. In 2022, their case was dismissed. Precedence has been set with that dismissal. Dugan will walk mad world. Wow, Meta, that's crazy. Yeah, I was figuring that the case was going to get dismissed with all the different videos that we've covered, but I didn't realize there was already a judge that did it in 2018. Damn. So it happened while President Trump was in office. And I didn't even remember hearing about that story. I wasn't paying attention to politics back then, but that's crazy. What's up, Chuck? Happy Freedom. Wayward, south of me in Kentucky's been getting rain all day. When the storm rolls in, it'll flood. Well, hopefully it doesn't flood too bad. What a way to start the summer. God bless America. That's right, Wayward. Snooks, I don't know what to say back to that. It sounds like butt stuff. Guess I actually run a mini weather station at home. Just no real radar. That's what I'm saying. One day I'm going to wake up in a padded cell and I'm going to realize I haven't been going live. I've been just giving myself the news this whole time. What's up, Trapper? Happy freedom to you. Winston, you're going to have to come try some of this hot sauce. It's good stuff. I've been using it, and it's not kill ya hot sauce. It's actually got flavor. It's good stuff. Southern Eagleman, never heard of that story either. I'm going to actually look it up. Thank you for looking into that, Meta. 2018 Judge Shelley Richmond Joseph and the court officer. Maybe I'll pull a video, and if I find something that's worth reading into, we'll cover it tomorrow for Free Speech Saturday. And that was in Massachusetts where it happened. Interesting. Yeah, I'll see if I can find a video on it just so we can get an idea of what they're going to do with Dugan. Because, yeah, it sounds like a very similar situation. Tori Wayne, that's the good stuff. Flavor, not just heat. Yeah, and that's what I like in hot sauces. I like to be able to kind of predict what they put in it versus just having your face fall off. Either way, let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. We got 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner. It's titled Women Just Don't Want Us to Be Right. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled A Song to Help Get You Through the Day. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You could do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today. Today is day 6 of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Let's see what we get. You know what I just realized? I'm not opening these in order. I'm actually opening them incorrectly. Let's go for day 2, I guess. Wow. Unbelievable. I went to open the next one and it said 24 on it, which is the end of the calendar. If I could read, Klaus Daniels, this would make my job a lot easier. He doesn't realize it, but he's about to get snatched up for proof of life. Just give me a second here. This is something new. This is yellow chili sauce. Let's give her a little shake there. I've never had yellow sauce before. Look at that. Do you think it's hot? I wish I had pants on because I'd get up and get a spoon really quick. Dang. Well, I really want to know. I'm going to have to think of this. Let me figure it out. Klaus Daniels, go get me a spoon. It's hot and I ain't got no pants on. Anyways, we're going to try this in just a moment when I can figure out how to get the necessary equipment. Either way, thank you so much, Tori Wayne. I'm excited to try it. All right, let me snatch this cat up really quick like Trump did. Come here. I'm trying not to run your booty over. I'm also trying not to show my sexy legs on the live. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. There's a lot of cat here. Ugh. Say hello, young man. Let them know how you feel. Mm-hmm. Yes. Smack that booty. You're a good boy. This is proof of life. Klaus is not a taco. He's a panther. All right. Get your booty up there. Tactical Klaus. Okay. Now I got cat hair all over me. Anyways. Like I said, we got 2 funny videos coming up. This first one is provided by Stoner. Oh, I can hear thunder. That's all right. We made it to the end of the live. We're good to go. Anyways, like I said, this is our first funny video of the day. It was provided by Stoner, and this one is titled Women Just Don't Want Us to Be Right. What a bunch of nonsense. If you couldn't tell what he was doing, he was taking whatever those are, tomatoes from the bag, the ones that she has already approved, and holds it up to her, and she's like, no, not that one. Bullshit. It's all propaganda. Anyways, like I said, getting into our official funny video of the day, and I did get a spoon, right? So we're gonna try this hot sauce in just a second, but first we're gonna get into our official funny video of the day. This one's titled, and it's provided by Simply Witchy once again. This is titled, A Song to Help Get You Through the Day.
Oh, here's a dumbass, and there's a dumbass. I'm dealing with them all fucking day. I'd like to crash them all into the moon. There's too many dumbasses today.
Yes. All right. That is all the coffee I have for you guys today. I'm going to drop this Linktree link really quick. We're going to try some hot sauce. We're going to read through the chat, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Guess I'm calling me a pretty lady. Appreciate it. Alright, hooligans, there is a Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, we'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You will also have access to Hooligans Alley if you have a paid membership. Hooligans Alley is our private social media area. You will also have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Let's try some hot sauce really quick like. Oh. If I can open it, we'll see how this goes. They put these little covers on it like it's like wine. Come on now, don't fight me. I think the thunder is scaring Klaus Daniels. He's like hiding up under my feet like a sissy. He's trying to get up under my dress. Oh, fight me if you must, but I am going to win. Come on now. I need some tools. See, I'm gonna have to bust out the survival kit here. Try and get into the hot sauce. This is top secret hot sauce right here. You gotta pay extra for the opener to be able to open the hot sauce. This is fighting me so bad. That's alright, we're gonna get this figured out. Jesus loves us. It's worse than a damn kid, you know? It's like I just can't do anything the right way. It's part of that hooliganism. Okay. Making some progress here. Put the sharp things away. Come on now, open up. There we go. Klaus Daniels, you want to try some hot sauce? I'm just kidding. He's not getting no hot sauce. Everybody gets all bent out of shape. Just joking. Come on, give me the sauce. I ain't here for the little stuff. I want a spoonful. And that's what she said. Science. Okay. I will say this is the thickest hot sauce I've ever had. Smells good. You see, got a spoonful here. Cheers, hooligans. Oh, man. That shit is hot. Holy. That shit is hot. My balls just contracted. This is like hot as fuck. This is gonna put me in back labor. Jesus loves us. That is hot. That's that stuff is hot. That is some hot sauce. Oh, I think it's got habanero in it. A lot. I think it was just the habanero. That's all they did. They just blended that shit up and added a little vinegar. Oh, it is hot. A little hot. It's medium hot. It's about medium hot. I feel like I'm gonna have chemical burns on my lip. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, I can't taste anything anymore, so that's... It could still be hot. I don't know anymore. I'm beyond that. My little throat clitoris is done. It's out. It's not around anymore. We're going to try and read through the chat really quick. Then we're going to struggle through the Pledge of Allegiance. Then we'll be wrapping this up. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Also, I want to remind you, Hooligans, that tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday, so there's going to be no Twitch, no YouTube tomorrow, because we ain't got time for their soft-ass community guidelines. So if you watch on Twitch or YouTube, use the Linktree link in the description. The top of the list there on the Linktree link shows everywhere we go live. So use the Linktree in order to make your way to a better platform for tomorrow's Free Speech Saturdays Coffee with Hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through and we get the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. V, habanero is usually not fun. The bite. There is a lot of bite. Look how red my lips are. I couldn't go anywhere near Portland. They'd think I was a woman. Anyways. V, green or red, avoid yellow. Yeah. Live review, habanero and Reaper are my favorite. I like a little bit of the Reaper stuff, but I normally ain't taking a whole spoonful of Reaper. They tricked me with the yellow sauce. It got me. My eyeballs is sweating. Who? Get some. I've never actually had wasabi. I should get some next time I go to Walmart. Guess I'm dialing 911. Yeah. Did you see my face completely went red? I went to say my first words and I just watched my whole face turn red. Tori Wayne, oh Lord, maybe not a spoonful next time. Yeah. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. Thank you so much, Get Some, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Get Some. Thank you so much. It says vegan food for that fat ass cat. I know. Big behemoth Klaus there. Need to give him a Stairmaster. Give him some Jenny Craig. Dudden, we had burgers for Mother's Day. Mom bought Reaper cheese for us. Was it good, Dudden? Because I actually saw Reaper cheese at the grocery store that's nearby, and I might have enough time to run down there and grab some. Now, I am planning on having tacos at some point today. I have to do the voice chat first, but I might actually go get some Reaper cheese. I saw it, and I was like, no, it's probably not worth the $6 it's going to cost. But if it's good, I kind of want to try it. Thank you, Pumpkin. You're the bestest. What's up, No Man? Happy freedom to you. Winston, ice cream time. Yeah, something. Hey, thank you for being here. Too old to care. Sage Pup, those darn adult-proof packaging. Yeah. Had me struggling. Crick Kiss, corkscrew hot sauce. Fancy. Nah, I'm just soft. Too weak to open up regular hot sauce. Winston, fierce tiger. Yes. Klaus, well, he's fierce until stink bugs or birds show up, and then, he's not about that life. Dutton, it was tasty. I might try it. Lone Wolf, I prefer habaneros. Has a badass punch at the start, but chills out after that. Yeah. That's what I think was in there, is habaneros, because that bite, there was so much bite up front. It's pretty much gone now, though. As well as Klaus is the big-boned warrior. No fat, all muscle. Yeah, he tells me every day. Plastic quack. Bread and milk help kill the pain. Yeah. Crit Kiss. These pepper plants with non-GMO seeds. Fun. I like growing peppers too. I grew pumpkin spice jalapeno peppers last year. They're like little pumpkins. I haven't tried them. They're still in the freezer. I need to make some hot sauce and stuff, but I need to get some more pepper plants going. Somebody sent me, I can't remember if it was Reaper seeds or Scorpion seeds last year, and I could not get them to grow. I couldn't get one of them to grow, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened to them. Dan, dark clouds heading our way. Well, make sure you stay safe out there, Dan. Russell, you might need to ice cream your ass. Well, don't you worry. I'll wait till after the voice chat to do those things. Tori Wayne, he's not fat, he's big bone. Klaus, not Jeff. Jeez. You hear that, Klaus Daniels? I'm the fat one and you're big boned. This might be my last live. Calling me fat on the live, damn it. Holy. I remember a couple weeks ago you guys were calling me a slut. This life I live. What's up, Zeus Boot? Happy freedom to you. Guess who? Butthole on fire alert. Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. What's up, Danny? Happy freedom to you. They're hard seeds to germinate. Yeah, I couldn't get one to sprout, and I don't know why. I had all kinds of other plants growing, but I could not get those to sprout. Reaper cheese is good. See, you guys are selling me on it. I might run down to the store right after the live and grab some. I was considering it. I just need a little push. What's up, Light Rain? Happy freedom. Wasabi is the gentleman's hot. Only burns for a second. Doesn't mess with your stomach or taste buds after the rush. I might have to go get some. I've considered it, but never really had a reason. But you guys are talking me into that too. What's up, Cinderella? Happy freedom. Salsa verde? No, I don't. It doesn't even say what it is. It literally just says yellow chili sauce. They lying though. It's thick. It's thick like lube though. I probably could have compared it to something else, but it's so thick. You see it? Like, look how thick it is. It's very weird. Very weird. It's like a gelatin almost. It's good though. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. Zero, I love wasabi and soy almonds. I've never heard of that. Dan, wasabi was my downfall. I will keep that in mind. Do not overdo the wasabi. Yeah, Zero. It was hot. All right, hooligans. It's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ooh, a little shaky there. Still biting me. Anyways, we are going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we are wrapping this up. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And once again, this tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday, so no YouTube, no Twitch tomorrow. But use that Linktree link in the description of either platform. Make your way to a better platform for Free Speech Saturday. We will be live on Kick, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com, as well as X. So keep that in mind tomorrow for Free Speech Saturday. We're going to read through them. We're wrapping her up. Zero, emergency alert just went off on my phone. Bad thunderstorm. Make sure to stay safe, Zero. Let's see. Hey, thanks for being here, Bill Clay. Thank you, Cricket Kiss. Thank you, Rappy. Thank you, MU. No, man, when pepper is in a container that small, you know it's to be used sparingly. Yeah, too much. I did too much. Thanks for being here, Lone Wolf. Thanks for being here, Meta. Thank you, Tony Ridge. What's up, FEMA region? Happy Freedom. Driving home from the golf. Did you get to see the Gulf of America? What's up, Trev Terror? Happy Freedom to you. We're just wrapping this up, FEMA region. Trev Terror, don't use it as lube. Yeah, no. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't touch hot sauce and then touch your wiener. Don't do that. It's a no-no. Yeah, I can already feel I'm going to have chemical burns on my lip because I was being too sloppy with it. All right, hooligans. I think we're good to go. Like I said multiple times, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for Free Speech Saturdays, Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here, covering the news with me, trying some new hot sauce, and having fun the whole time we're doing the thing. Go enjoy the rest of your day and go find yourself some good food. I'm going to try and do the same. I need to cool off hot. That hot sauce is getting me. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys. Have a fantastic night. Make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.